best of luck to Laurel Hubbard. I'm sorry she didn't do that well. But the fact that she was able to compete against cis women, I can understand the argument that that's not fair to the cis women. That's a trans woman who's been through male puberty will have greater strength than a cis woman. Therefore, you do not have a level playing field. And that is a serious issue for female sport, is it not?
Yeah, I think it is. I think Laurel losing was not really an argument for saying that trans athletes have no advantage or men have no advantage over women. I mean, he was a 43-year-old male competing against.
Should you say she? Should you say she then?
No.
All right. Okay.
I can give you a very short reason as to why.
No. You have. I understand why you do that. We say she. You say he. Go on then. Tell me why.
Okay. So Laurel is a 43-year-old man, and so those women he was competing against were young, fit, like 20, 21-year-old athletes. And so I guess the advantage of being able to lift certainly tails off as you get older. And so there was no argument to say that he had no advantage on the fact that we can
call her she, can't we? That's what she wants. She has transitioned. It's okay to call her she, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin, you can call Laurel she, and I'll stick to he.
You've made your choice, haven't you? Yes. Let's get back to I respect your choice. It's up to you. But I'm calling her she. Okay. Tell me what you think about the athletic issue.
Well, I think there will be some sports, I'm sure, or some activities where being a man or being a woman doesn't really matter. Whatever your puberty status, whatever your skeletal status, your cardiovascular system. I don't know if the dancing with ribbons is impacted by being male or female. But I think, generally speaking, whatever the Olympics do has a massive impact on sport, right the way through, from school sports, college sports, grassroots sports, people playing football on pitches right across the Clifton Downs near to where I live. And so I think it's absolutely essential they get this right. And I really have no faith at all that they will.
Yeah, no. I mean, their current proposal is they're going to rip up the rules now because they've realised that they cause more problems than they solve. Look at the row that's going on right now, and they're going to do it on a sport in future. They'll do it on a sport by sport, individual basis. Well, that's a recipe for chaos. That is not going to sort anything out. Sorry to return to this, Kelly, but why won't you call Laurel she?
Well, I think we're in this mess because of this erosion of language. So, for example, if we use she for a man, then it becomes more difficult to say, why can't that man compete in the Olympics? Because if we just stuck to the fact that he's allowed to live his life however he wants, make body alterations, take hormones, whatever he wants to do. But once we participate in this erasure of language, everything else just becomes difficult. Can you say, oh, that she can't use a women's changing room? It's just much more complicated. Yeah. And I think pronouns are really, really important. They're very short, accurate, quick fire words.
Sorry to interrupt, but do we not accept the notion of transition? Laurel has transitioned. She's turned into a woman. Surely we accept that you may have been born a man, but you can transition to become a woman. We do accept that, don't we?
I absolutely categorically don't. No.
I was sensing that. Sorry.
I think everyone can do whatever they like, but once we start just pretending that actually taking some hormones and having some surgery means that you are then actually having changed sex, I think is sort of a bridge way too far for me.
Well, do you not sort of believe in the concept of transition then? I mean, trans women, trans men, I mean, whatever gets you through the night. And if that's what makes them happy, surely we can pay them the courtesy of addressing them by the gender that they have decided to become.
Well, I sort of feel it's not a courtesy and it's not necessarily a kindness, because often transition can end in regret. And I think I think it's just something we've created in a really short space of sort of human history. And I don't necessarily think it works. And certainly
But you can't say that on 100% basis. I mean, I know a few trans women, and all of them are very happy with the results. They're very happy with their new lives. So you can't say it just doesn't work, because it just does for quite a few people.
Yeah, and for some people it doesn't. And the best of luck to anybody, the way they want to live their lives. I'm more than happy, Kevin, for them just to call themselves whatever they want, to wear whatever they want, to do whatever they want in their lives. But when that decision becomes an infringement of whether or not I can use words that I feel make sense, that's kind of when it comes a little bit unstuck for me. And I'm just not willing to participate in something like eroding the language that we use for women, which is she, her pronouns, and they actually have meaning. That's why we're now losing language like cancer, Macmillan cancer, for example. Cervix havers have to go and get cervical smears, but prostate cancer, it's definitely a man thing.
Yeah, I do sort of. I'm not that keen on talking about sort of people who menstruate and people who give birth. I agree. I'm sort of on your side there. But, anyway, listen, if I organise a debate between you and someone from the trans lobby who will disagree with you, would you take part?
I would absolutely love to do that. And if you can find somebody who will sit on the other side of the table and debate me, I'd be quite surprised, but I would love to do that.
I have someone in mind. I think it could be a fiery bit of radio. Kelly, great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Let's be in touch very soon. Kellie-Jay Keen there, founder of Standing for Women. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan, and this is Talk Radio.